To access the invoice section, click on the icon. In order to create a quick invoice for a customer, search the customer either by the customer name or the customer number. You can select the services, product, membership, gift cards, or whatever the invoice has to be created for. You can select the stylist. You can then select the services that needs to be added to the invoice. Once the items have been added, you can click on the item to make any changes in terms of discount, price, quantity, service, and even split the commission if required between two or more stylists. On the right hand side, you'll have a quick history of the customer, whether the customer has an active membership, the total visits, last visit date for the customer, any previous due amount, and also an option to settle the pay due amount right from here. In case of any points which is there in the customer account would be shown. The gift card balances if a gift card is active for the customer. If we move a little further, any discount that can be applied to this customer, all of that would be visible right over here in the drop down. If a customer has a coupon code, we can simply paste it and apply it from here. If you wish to make any edits to the customer profile, it can be managed from here. You can also view the complete history of the customer by clicking on the customer name. When we move a little further, any discounts that needs to be applied in terms of percentage or a flat discount can also be applied from here. In terms of payment options, there's an option to process the payment from the POS, from the manual. In case of a manual payment, it can be done with the manual option. In case of redemption of any points, can be done through the redemption option. In case of a POS payment, all the available devices and options would show up here. In case if it's an online payment, the card information available in the system would automatically be shown here. In case if it's a manual payment, it can simply be done by selecting whether it's a cash payment and by adding the payment. In case of redemption, if the gift card is available for this customer, the points would be shown right over here and can be added to continue the checkout. Also, you can add any notes or remark to the invoice. On the left hand side, there's a small section which shows you the subtotal, the discount applied, the tip, the default tip. You can set it as per your requirement, and you can also do a custom tip. In case if you do not wish to check out this client at that point of time, you can also save this invoice and revisit it when you want to check out the customer. But please be sure that the checkout has to be done within the 24 hours of the invoice creation. There's a quick edit option or setting option which allows you to do some quick changes in terms of what is to be shown on the invoice page, the payment options to be shown, the stylus if you wish to set like a default stylus, if you want to show the discount on the subtotal, before the subtotal, apply taxes and so on. So let's suppose we check this customer out. You can wish to send it via SMS or email the invoice information to this customer and check out. Once the checkout is done, on the left hand side, you'll see a quick glimpse of the invoice that has been generated. On the right hand side, you have an option to pre-book the customer. Upon selection, the appointment booking can happen in just few seconds. It will basically feed all the information. You just have to reconfirm the appointment day and time and do the appointment booking for this customer. You have an option to download the invoice, print the invoice, send it to a particular email ID, also send a feedback link via SMS, or have it filled by the customer then and there. Post creation of invoice, you have an option to also cancel the invoice, split the service amount, make any edits, and do some printing edits. In case if you wish to revisit your previous invoices, there's a tab right on the invoice section which allows you to revisit all your previous invoices. You can search either by the name of the customer, email, or invoice number and quickly revisit those invoices and make any necessary changes if required. So now let us look at some of the invoice settings. In order to access the invoice settings, click on the tab that says settings. There are options around the invoice configuration, which basically allows you to apply tax, set tax number, apply a layer of security in terms of verification code, set taxes for products, services, set the payment methods, manage invoice prefixes, manage the tip settings, and also add new tags, create tax groups, and so on. You can also change the invoice template. You can select from the multiple options available. You can also change the font size, the font type, the header, the information that you wish to showcase on the invoice, and also add a note if required and save the setting. So that's it from the invoice side. Thank you for watching.